Welcome back guys to Mathematical Mindset. So we have this question here that says root 15 minus root 3 all over root 12 all raised to the power of 6. So we want to simply simplify this question right here. So the first thing guys we want to do is to simply simplify the denominator. So simplify the denominator. Firstly, we have the denominator to be root 12. So simplifying this is going to become 3 times 4, which is equals to the root 3 times root 4, which is equals to the root of 4 is 2 root 3. So once we are done simplifying the denominator, the next thing we want to do is to simplify the numerator. And the value we want to simply simplify in the numerator is root 15. And this is equal to the root of 3 times 5, which is equals to root 3 root 5. Okay? Now, once we're done with this, substitute into the original equation. So substitute into the original expression or equation. We have this to be root 3 root 5 minus root 3 all into the root of 2 root 3. Okay, all raised to the power of 6. So the next thing we want to do is to simply factor out root 3. So let's say factor out root 3. So factoring out root 3, we have this to be root 3 into root 5 minus 1 all into root 3 of 2. All this is raised to the power of 6. So this is going to give us, this is going to cancel out this. So we have this to be root 5 minus 1 over 2 all raised to the power of 6. And this should be equal, this can be equal to root 5 minus 1 all raised to the power of 6 all into 2 raised to the power of 6, which is going to give us the root of 5 minus 1 all raised to the power of 6 all into 2 raised to the power of 6 is 64. So we want to simply solve for the numerator. So let's say solve the numerator. So we're going to come back to this point. So simply take note of this point. So solve the numerator. We have the numerator to be root 5 minus 1 all raised to the power of 6, which can be expressed as root 5 minus 1 all square all raised to the power of 3. Now this is the same thing as this. So let's simply work with this part right here. So we have that root 5 minus 1 all square. Expanding this, we have this to be root 5 minus 1 all into root 5 minus 1. So let's expand this. We have this to be root 5 multiply root 5. We have this to be root 5 square minus root 5 multiply minus 1 is root 5. Minus 1 multiply root 5 is minus root 5. And minus 1 multiply minus 1 is plus 1, which is going to give us, this is going to cancel out this. So we have 5 minus root 5 minus root 5 is minus 2 root 5 plus 1. So 5 plus 1 is going to give us 6 minus 2 root 5. So from this, we have this to be, now putting this back into this expression, we have this to be 6 minus 2 root 5 all raised to the power of 3. So we have this right here. So the next thing we want to simply do right now is to simply expand, making use of the binomial theorem. So we want to expand 6 minus 2 root 5 all cubed using the binomial theorem, which states that the binomial theorem states that if we have a minus b all cubed, this is equal to a cubed minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cubed. Now this is what the binomial theorem states. Okay, so we have this right here. So let's simply impute this into this. So we have 6 minus 2 root 5 all cubed to be equals to 6 cubed minus 3 multiply 6 square multiply 2 root 5 plus 3 multiply 6 multiply 2 root 5 all square minus b cube, which is 2 root 5 all cube. Okay, so this is going to give us 6 cube is going to give us 216 minus 3 multiply 6 square is 36, so we have this to be 3 multiplied 36 multiply 2 root 5 plus 3 multiply 6 multiply. Now let's simply break this down. We have this to be 2 square multiply the root of 5 or square minus, so for this part right here we have this to be 2 cube multiply the root of 5 or cube. So this is equals to 216 minus 3 multiply 36 multiply 2 is going to give us 216 root 5 plus, so at this point we have this to be 3 multiply 6 multiply 2 square is 4. At this point this is going to cancel out this, so we have this to be 5 minus 2 raised to the power of 3 is 8, so we have 8. Now root 5 raised to the power of 3 is going to give us 5 root 5. So let's simply expand. We have 216 minus 216 root 5 plus 3 multiply 6 multiply 4 multiply 5 is going to give us 360 minus 8 multiply 5 is 40, so we have this to be 40 root 5, which is equal to 216 plus 360. So let's simply collect like terms. So we have 216 plus 360 minus 216 root 5 minus 40 root 5. So we have this to be 6 minus 2 root 5 all raised to the power of 3 is equals to 216 plus 360 is going to give us 576 minus 216 minus 40 is going to give us 256 the root of 5. So we have this right. Now remember I asked us to mark this particular equation, so we already know what root 5 minus 1 all raised to the power of 6 is. So we want to simply impute it into this right here. So we have that. So I'm going to say hence the root of 5 minus 1 all raised to the power of 6 over 64 is equals to 576 minus 256 root 5 all into 64, which is equal to 576 over 64 minus 256 root 5 over 64. So let's simply divide this. 576 divided 64 is going to give us 9 minus 256 divided 64 is going to give us 4 root 5. So guys, this becomes the final answer.